Hey guys, I know it's been a while since I made a video, but I got something pretty special today, so I figured it would be a good opportunity to make one. So yeah, this comes from Japan. Luke Morse sent me something really awesome out. He asked me if there was anything that I was looking for, and honestly, off the top of my head, I couldn't think of anything except for what I asked him for, and he was nice enough to go out there and find me one. So I actually asked him if he had any extra AES consoles laying around, and he didn't. So he was nice enough to go out and find one for me, which is very cool. I actually owned an AES years ago, but as most of you know, collecting for the AES is pretty expensive. So I chose to go the MVS route. I already had a few MVS arcade machines. So I gave a friend of mine my AES console and a handful of games and stuff. And I kind of just moved on from the AES. But lately I thought it would be cool to get another one and get one of those converter adapters. That way I can play all my MVS carts on the AES, hook it up to a TV. And yeah, so Luke sent me an AES out, which is awesome. I already got the package open, but we will see what it looks like. Looks like we got a note here. Let's see if I can get this note out first. Yeah, so my channel name for many years was Ken6275, and recently I changed it to Ken and Jen, my wife's name, because we were planning on making some YouTube videos together, which we still are planning on doing. It's just lately it's been hard to find time. But yeah, anyways, it says, hey there, brother. I just wanted to say thank you for all the cool stuff you sent out. I know you said you've never owned a Neo AES before, so I wanted to give you one. And that's not true. I actually did own one, but it was like over a decade ago. It's still mostly stock, but it has a Unibios in it. So, and that's another cool thing. I remember when I had my AES back in the day, I was looking at modding it to put in a Unibios, and for some reason it was not as straightforward as I thought it was going to be. You kind of had to desolder a whole bunch of legs on the original BIOS, and at the time I wasn't very skilled with soldering, so I just kind of gave up. And if you don't have a Unibios on an AES, I think you get like 3 credits when you're playing, and once you die, that's pretty much it. You're starting over, and a lot of the Neo Geo games are pretty tough. So it was tough. It was weird transitioning from playing MVS games where you could just kind of coin up as many times as you want to continue on, to going to the AES when you just got 3 credits and that was it. So that was another reason why I kind of shied away from the AES. But it says, I hope you enjoy it, Luke. So thank you again, Luke, for sending this out. I know shipping has gotten more tedious since COVID. So I really do appreciate you going through all the hassle to get this out to me. But yes, this is super cool. I can now enjoy a lot of my MVS carts on the AES. Yeah, so my MVS adapter hasn't showed up yet. I ordered it a few days after I found out Luke had actually found an AES for me. But I'm planning on making another video. Once I get the adapter, I'm going to try a few different carts and see how that adapter works. And if not, I'm just going to get a few of my favorite AES games or Neo Geo games that thankfully aren't as expensive. Like, I'm planning on getting Samurai Showdown 2 and probably a couple other games that, are reasonable. But yeah, other than that, if the adapter that I bought works, then I'll be straight. I'll be set up. I think I have about 50 or 60 MVS carts, and yeah, so I guess I could also try to go the multi-cart route. I know like the Neo SD and some of the other SD type multi-carts are kind of pricey. So buying like the AES 161-in-1 might be the route I go if the adapter gives me some trouble. But I think those adapters have come a long way recently, so they should work. So yeah, he sent me the AV cable. He also told me that the Genesis 1 power supply will work just fine for the Neo Geo, which I never knew. So that's pretty handy because I have like 4 or 5 of those lying around. But yeah, take a look.
4 or 5 in the big bag of cables that we organized not that long ago.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of Sega Genesis power supplies.
I found them. I don't know what they were, so good luck.
Wow, so he said that, I mean, obviously it's a used console, but if you take a look, man, this console is clean. He cleaned this up nice. It looks freaking minty.
It's used?
Well, yeah, they haven't sold new Neo Geo AES consoles in what, 2 decades?
But there's no scratches.
But yeah, I mean, it looks freaking great. Look at this.
I don't see any scratches from here, but I'm not close enough. I'm almost kind of.
So he also told me that he's installed the UniBIOS, which is great because then I can kind of change the regions. Japan regions had the blood in them for a lot of the fighting games, so that's cool. And also I think when you first fire it up, unless you have a memory card to kind of save your data, it will be in the European region. So every time you turn it on, you'd have to change the region, but which isn't a big deal. But if I can get a memory card for this, then I can kind of save all the settings. But yeah, man, this looks great.
Looks really nice.
And then, thankfully, he sent me my favorite Neo Geo controller. Now they're all pretty awesome controllers, but I've always really liked the Neo Geo CD controller. And I have 2 of these already, but unfortunately, both of them...
Weird, it does look like a Sega Genesis style.
Well, yeah, kind of. Maybe Sega Saturn. Like it looks more like a Sega Saturn controller. But it does have the clicky joystick. But yeah, the 2 Sega CD controllers I have do not work. And it's all in the stick here.
Question out of curiosity. The Genesis works for the Neo Geo. Would it work in reverse? Neo Geo working for Genesis?
What do you mean? Like the power supply? That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Obviously, if they have the same connector and the same voltage and amps, I would assume that they work.
Sorry, just asking. I don't know.
But yeah, this is super cool. I haven't had an AES in years. So it's nice to be able to like hook this up to a regular TV and kind of, not have to mess with toting around like the MVS motherboards. Because a lot of those they're all exposed and, and technically most of my, if not all of my MVS motherboards are now occupied in the arcade machines that I have at the bars. So I don't have one handy at the house to play some of my extra games with. So yeah, now I'm all hooked up. I'm gonna get the Sega power supply. I'm gonna hook it up, and I'm gonna wait till I get my adapter, and then I will make another video going through some games and testing it out, and I will bring you guys along with me.
Not to mention, having an enclosed case is great for if you have pets.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we do have a lot of pets, and they constantly break stuff.
Walk on stuff, knock things over.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Luke, for sending this out to me, man. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you in the next video as soon as my adapter gets in. All right, you guys have a good one.
Bye.
Peace.